Hey guys! Peace be upon you. We always hear that every creature on this planet has a specific role to play, a purpose that helps keep the wheel of life turning in one way or another. But there are so many creatures around us in nature that we simply don't understand. We don't know what they do or what their actual benefit is. And we often find ourselves asking, why does this creature even exist? What's its role? And what would happen if it just disappeared from the face of the earth? These questions become even more complicated when we talk about a creature that's harmful, maybe even deadly. Take snakes, for example. They're one of the most feared and misunderstood creatures in the world. They're right at the top of the list of the most venomous animals on the planet. And in many cases, their bite can lead directly to death. So how on earth could something so terrifying possibly have any kind of benefit? And what would actually happen if snakes stopped existing altogether? Welcome! But before we begin, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the bell icon so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. Let's talk snakes. Snakes are reptiles. They're cold-blooded animals. Their bodies are covered in tough, overlapping scales. They have no limbs, no outer ears, not even eyelids. They exist in a massive range of sizes and shapes. Some can weigh as much as 250 kilograms, while others weigh just a few grams. Some snakes can grow to nearly 9 meters long, while others are only a few centimeters in length. During winter, snakes go into a deep sleep hibernation. They look for warm, hidden places to settle in. And as soon as temperatures begin to rise again, they wake up and become active. That's when they crawl back out into the open, and that's exactly when they begin to encounter humans again. Let's start with the most basic question of all. Why do snakes exist in the first place? What's the point? What benefit do they bring to us or to nature in general? The answer might surprise you. Snakes actually play a crucial role in the food chain. They're one of the few creatures that act as both predator and prey, which makes them an essential link in the natural balance of ecosystems. And one of the most important jobs they do as predators is keeping rodent populations in check. That's right, they kill rats. And if you think that's not a big deal, let me tell you a true story. In the southeastern United States, specifically in the state of Florida, there was a small group of workers who ran a pet store. One day, they discovered a group of snakes living inside cracks and crevices near their facility. Disturbed and afraid, they decided to take action. With help from some of the locals, they organized a full-on attack. They went after the snakes with everything they had, and eventually managed to kill dozens of them, wiping out the snake population in the area completely. At first, everything seemed fine. No snakes, no problem, peaceful, even, but that peace didn't last. Just a few weeks later, something terrifying happened. A massive invasion of rats swept through the region. We're talking about swarms. Rats eating crops, destroying homes, infesting every corner of the area, and no one could stop them. It wasn't just unpleasant, it was a disaster. The rat outbreak lasted for 2 full years. They devoured everything in their path. They tore through insulation, wiring, walls, causing thousands of dollars in damage. The residents worked hundreds of hours trying to repair the destruction and keep the rats at bay. And that's when they realized those snakes, the ones they thought were dangerous, they had been silent guardians all along. Invisible soldiers keeping the balance. Without them, nature spun out of control. All of this happens quietly, behind the scenes. Snakes work in silence, playing their part in protecting the environment and helping to maintain a natural balance in the wild. They do all of this without asking for anything. No effort from us, no money, no time. Just nature doing its job. But let's go even further. Now imagine this. Rodents, in many cases, are known carriers of dangerous diseases. And that's exactly where the snake's true service to the world becomes clear. There's a famous story tied to this idea. A story believed to have taken place in the time of the great scientist Avicenna ibn Sina, during a deadly outbreak of the plague in a certain region. Avicenna realized something important. Rats were one of the major causes of the disease spreading. So what did he do? He advised people to raise snakes, venomous or not, to attack the rats and reduce their numbers. And believe it or not, it worked. As the rats began to disappear, so did the plague. Slowly but surely, snakes help save the human population from an epidemic that had already killed thousands. Now, let's be clear. This doesn't mean rodents are evil creatures with no purpose, not at all. Just like snakes, rodents have their own role in the ecosystem. In fact, we could do a full episode, but the point here is this: when any species grows out of control, especially outside of its natural limits, the result can be devastating. And here's another truth people tend to forget: many animals that we consider useless or even harmful are actually a vital part of the food chain. They exist to feed other creatures, and without them, entire species would suffer. Snakes, in particular, play a huge role as prey. They are a primary food source for many animals, especially birds of prey, the large, powerful birds that rely on snakes for survival. But it doesn't stop there. Mammals like raccoons, foxes, mongooses, and even the pine marten all feed on snakes. And here's a fun fact: even snakes eat other snakes. Smaller ones are often hunted by species like the king cobra or the king snake, who specialize in preying on their own kind. Now let's talk about a part of the snake's body that most people instantly assume is purely deadly, something that, at first glance, seems to have no possible benefit whatsoever: venom. Venom is terrifying. It kills, it spreads fear, and for most of us, that's where the story ends. But the truth: venom has another side, a hidden face that science has only recently begun to understand. You see, venom isn't made up of just one single toxin. It's not a simple chemical. It's a complex blend of dozens of different compounds. Some of these compounds are extremely harmful, but others, astonishingly helpful. While venom is designed to penetrate the cells of nearly every major organ in a prey's body, its main function is to aid digestion, breaking the prey down from the inside, making it easier for the snake to consume. But here's the twist: when handled properly by scientists and medical experts, and when taken orally in controlled, carefully prepared doses, certain venom components can actually help preserve human health and protect the body from many common diseases. On average, snake venom contains at least 20 distinct compounds. Most of them are proteins, polypeptides, and other active biological substances, many of which are now being studied for their role in treating illness. For example, scientists have discovered that some snakes native to North Africa, such as the Cerastes viper and Echis leucogaster, produce venom that contains molecules used in tumor treatments, and it doesn't stop there. Other species produce venom that holds anti-cancer properties and shows promise in treating conditions like blood clotting disorders, strokes, and thrombosis. That's right, the very substance that was designed to kill. May also be capable of saving lives, but that's not all. Snake venom has also shown potential in treating high blood pressure, heart attacks, strokes, and even Alzheimer's disease. Not to mention, it plays a role in pain relief, something countless people struggle with every day. Some compounds extracted from venom are also being used to treat diabetes, and in many cases, they're included in the development of pharmaceuticals and even antibiotic-like substances. Believe it or not, snake venom is also used in the cosmetic industry. Yes, really. It helps create creams that hydrate the skin, reduce wrinkles, and delay signs of aging, enhancing skin smoothness and glow. And here's something even more surprising: in many parts of the world, especially in poorer rural areas constantly exposed to snakes, medical experts extract specific proteins from venom to boost children's immunity, helping them develop resistance to snake bites in case of future exposure. This kind of venom-based immunity is saving lives every day. Now, of course, to make all this possible, scientists first have to separate the toxic elements from the beneficial ones. That's the first step. Then, through countless lab experiments and clinical trials, they ensure that the final compound is completely safe for human use. And finally, here's something most people don't realize: not all snakes are venomous. In fact, out of over 2,800 known species of snakes worldwide, only about 10% are classified as venomous. The vast majority pose no danger whatsoever to humans. They can't harm you, not even if they tried. So the next time you hear the word snake and feel that natural chill down your spine, remember this: the creature you fear may be quietly protecting you. It plays a critical role in preserving our planet's biodiversity and natural balance. And perhaps more importantly, it serves as a powerful reminder that nothing in nature was created without purpose. Even if we don't always understand the wisdom behind it, it's there, by design, for a reason.